The New York Giants just got linked to a franchise-altering trade. Let's talk about it. My name's Paul. This is Big Apple Sports. Tune in every day for the latest Giants news, insights, and analysis. If you're a fan of Giants football, this is the channel for you, so don't miss out. Take just a quick second, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Got a lot more Giants content coming. All right, so let's talk about this crazy trade. We all saw this past Sunday Malik Nabers go down. I instantly knew the way the non-contact, grabbing the knee, one of many MetLife Stadium's victims. It was easy to see he was done for the year, and it's been confirmed. And I think the Giants really need to make a move to replace him this year. And I think they're going to be really motivated to make a move to replace him. Like, a lot of times, people just throw random trades out there that have no chance of happening. But, like, Brian Daboll is playing for his job. Like, all the guys in the front office, they're playing for their jobs right now. If Jackson Dart does not look good this year, you could see an entire organizational reset here. They need to win now. And they need, not necessarily win now, but they need Dart to look good this year, or everybody could be gone. So that leads us to who is going to be available to replace Malik Nabers. And there has been some suggestion that DJ Moore from the Chicago Bears could be a potential replacement. And I know it seems like a pipe dream, but let me tell you why I actually think this really could be a possibility, and why the Bears could be motivated to make this trade as well. So, DJ Moore, 28 years old. He's, I think, 2 years removed from a almost 1,400-yard season. Last year, he was a little bit under 1,000 yards, but he's still a great receiver. I think last year's drop-off was a little bit more about the Bears' pathetic offense than it was about DJ Moore. But the way the Bears' offense is set up right now, I think DJ Moore has become the odd man out. Looking at his stats so far this year, very underwhelming. Under 200 yards on the year. He's only had one game over 50 yards, only one touchdown. And I don't think that's because he's had like some big drop off. I just think that's the way Ben Johnson runs his offense. And like, let me pull up the Lions stats from last year. So, if you haven't followed Ben Johnson, he was the Lions offensive coordinator the last few years. But when you look at the receiving stats, something you notice, they had Amon St. Brown go for 1,200. They had Jamison Williams go for 1,000. But then you got tight end running back. Their number 3 receiver didn't even get 400 yards on the year. Ben Johnson loves to run a 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver package for the majority of their offense. And you could see the way the Bears drafted this year that's what they're setting up for in the future. It's very easy to see Rome Odunze. He's already got 5 touchdowns on the year. He's going to be their Amon St. Brown. But then they took Colston Loveland in the first round, and they took Luther Burden in the second round. And I think Luther Burden is going to be their Jamison Williams. They've already hit him on a big deep ball this year. But then with both Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland, like, Cole Kmet signed for a few years. You don't take a second tight end with your first round pick if you're not planning on using him. So I think you're going to see I think the Bears, Ben Johnson's offense that he's envisioning is going to be 2 tight ends, Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet. It's going to be Rome Odunze. It's going to be Luther Burden. And then, they did sign Olamide Zaccheaus, who is pretty, like, not that far behind DJ Moore in receptions and yards this year. Considering how little Ben Johnson uses a wide receiver 3, it wouldn't, like, I think they would be content with Zacchaeus being their wide receiver 3. And it just doesn't make sense to have DJ Moore and his big contract, but only get him the ball, 4 times for 40 yards a game. Like, that just doesn't make sense. He's the odd man out. He wasn't brought in by Ben Johnson. Obviously not a ton of guys in the Bears offense where it's his first year, but, like, clearly Luther Burden is his guy. They drafted him this year. Clearly Colston Loveland is his guy, and clearly Rome Odunze is the guy in Chicago. DJ Moore is the odd man out. And it's not just Giants fans speculating this. This right here is a Bears blog talking about how DJ Moore to the Giants could be a real possibility. So let's talk about what that trade would look like. So DJ Moore just signed a 4-year, $110 million deal in 2024. He's got a $25 million cap hit. The Giants can't afford that, of course. So that would lead to 2 possibilities. Either the Giants would have to shed some salary, like give somebody back to the Bears in a trade to match salary, or they would have to probably give a higher pick for the Bears to be willing to eat some of that cap. Let me know in the comments. What would you rather see them do? To me, the obvious, if you're going to go player for player, the obvious candidate's probably Brian Burns. And I think in that trade, the Bears would probably have to give a pick back to the Giants because Brian Burns is a better player at this point in his career than DJ Moore. But the Bears' pass rush is not good. And the Giants, obviously, they got Thibodeau, they got Abdul Carter. Like, they can afford to lose an edge rusher, and it might be worth it to bring in a receiver. Or they wouldn't have to give up a first-round pick for DJ Moore, even if the Bears are taking some of the salary. But I do think if the Giants could take on the whole contract, DJ Moore's probably only worth a third right now. But it's probably going to be a second-round pick if you want the Bears to eat some of that salary. So, Giants fans, let me know what you think. Would you rather see them give up a second-round pick, or would you rather see them send back like a Brian Burns? But either way, I think this is a really possible trade, and I think the Giants need to make it. Like, Jackson Dart, I love Wan'Dale Robinson, I love Darius Slayton, but neither of these guys are the caliber of receiver that DJ Moore is. Like, you can just see looking at the numbers, Wan'Dale's been pretty solid, but like, if you don't have Malik Nabers to take the top off the defense and to be your go-to guy when like Jackson Dart really needs somebody, then like they're going to be hurting. And the last thing you want is Jackson Dart's entire rookie season to be spent with, an average offensive line, receivers not getting open, teams stack the box and blitz and try to stop Scadaboo and put Dart under pressure and force him to beat man-to-man coverages with receivers who aren't getting separation as much as we'd like to see. Like, we need Jackson Dart's rookie year to be a good growing experience. We need him to have open receivers, and not only is that going to be in the best interest of Jackson Dart, but like the Giants coaches and front office, they're all playing for their jobs. They all need Jackson Dart to look good. So it would not surprise me one bit to see them make some sort of move. Maybe it won't be as big of a splash as DJ Moore. Maybe it'll be, there's been some talk about maybe like a Christian Kirk or somebody being a potential trade target. But either way, I do think the Giants need to make a move and replace Malik Nabers. And then, it can be like Wan'Dale's going to be a free agent. I wouldn't hate to see the Giants re-sign him. I do like him, but I think this offense is better next year if you let him walk and you have Nabers and DJ Moore and Darius Slate. Like, that is an elite receiving group. So I would love to see that with Dart. Let me know your thoughts. Would you like to see this trade? Would you rather see it for a pick? Would you rather see them send like a Brian Burns back in the trade? Let me know what you think, and then don't forget, just like and subscribe on the way out.